I'll get personal. 5 years later, I'm really regretting. I'm a woman who's had an abortion. I'm not proud to say that, okay? It's a decision that 5 years later, I'm really regretting. I thought that having reproductive freedom meant to have that decision. And I was fed a lie. And I wasn't prepared for the mental consequences of my choices. Life begins at conception. I'm also a scientist. Trump's policy of saying this should be a state choice is, in my opinion, so much more respectful and empowering of women than saying that abortion should just be allowed.
Yes, there is one thing about me when I see someone that has made a mistake and is acknowledging it, regretting the decision they make. I like that. It makes you a better person. When you look at how Democrats center their campaigns on abortion, and people like this just tells you everything. She is making a lot of sense on this video, and it is affecting Kamala campaign like never before. Though people say, "Oh, women are supporting her because of abortion," I don't know about you. I just want to know what you think about that. Now going into something else.
Trump or Kamala? I don't know. Trump? I don't know. Trump or Kamala?
Trump!
Trump? Trump or Kamala?
Trump. Definitely Trump. Donald Trump.
Trump or Kamala? Trump or Kamala?
Kamala, yeah.
Trump or Kamala?
Oh, Trump.
You.
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
No.
Trump or Kamala?
I'm gonna have to go with Trump, brother.
I don't know.
Trump or Kamala?
Oh, absolutely Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
Trump.
Trump or Kamala?
I don't even know who Kamala is.
Electra Janis is the vice chair of the Washington County Board of Commissioners. A 28-year-old Republican voting for Trump, she thinks that Trump can keep the gains he made with younger voters when Biden was still in the race.
I will say when I'm voting for President Trump, I'm not voting for a person. I'm voting for his policies.
Breaking this morning, new polls with good news for Donald Trump in key battleground states as Vice President Harris unveils a new aggressive plan for the week. The closest election we have ever seen. That is what this one is, at least right now. Brand new polling this morning shows Donald Trump narrowly ahead in 3 critical battleground states, Arizona, Georgia, and North Carolina. This after polls last week that showed the opposite. Harris narrowly ahead in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. The new polling from the New York Times and Siena College shows that Trump has a 5-point lead in Arizona. In Georgia and North Carolina, it is within the margin of error.
One of the things that we should note, and I don't know if we can show this number, I want to put this up on screen. Latino voters have moved away from Harris in Arizona. If you believe this New York Times poll, her lead has shrunk by 11 points in that voting bloc. She was at 60% in August, now 49%.
Yes, extremely bad news for Kamala. I now understand why they are begging for more debate. Initially, she was making like she's not interested in doing debate. They did the first one thinking maybe it will pull her up, but what they are experiencing is something they didn't see coming. New York Times released a recent post and is showing that Trump is trashing her by a lot. Even CNN, they could not withstand that. If you know how the mainstream media report, when there is something that they don't like, they will struggle to twist it, but at this point, they cannot twist it. Though my mind is not always focused on polls, but at this point, they are bound to call it out. Kamala campaign is tanking. To a certain level, though they still tell me, oh, she's winning national. I don't want to go into that.
States show Donald Trump with a slight advantage in the Sun Belt.
Because the fact is, it's the Electoral College. So let's take a look at where we are in these Sun Belt battleground states. And you can see a lot more red on your screen. In fact, there is no blue on your screen. Arizona, Donald Trump up by 5 points. Georgia, we're characterizing it as no clear leader, but he's got 4 points ahead of Kamala Harris. And in the great state of North Carolina, it's Donald Trump by 3 points. Again, no clear leader. I should note that these results are a little bit more Republican-leaning than the averages are in these states. But even in the averages, they all show Donald Trump slightly ahead in these 3 pivotal battleground states, 2 of which Joe Biden carried last time around, Arizona and Georgia.
So when you drill down into the data, what are some of the factors that explain why these numbers are friendly to Donald Trump?
Yeah, why are they? Let's dig deep down into those crosstabs, all right? I think this will give you an indication why. All right, what's the most important issue for determining your November vote? And this is Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina, and average. Look at what's number one, the economy / inflation, 31%. That's a great issue for Donald Trump. He's always led on the economy and inflation. How about immigration? Issue number 2, 16%. Another great issue for Donald Trump. Only when we get down here to abortion at 16% is where Kamala Harris does particularly well. So 2 of the 3 top issues are issues on which Donald Trump does better than Kamala Harris. So not much of a surprise that he's leading the poll. How about this? I think this is really interesting. All right, choice for president, Arizona, Georgia, North Carolina. All right, Hispanic voters. 4 years ago, Joe Biden won that vote 66% in the Sun Belt. Look at where we are now. Kamala Harris at just 52%. So Kamala Harris struggling among Hispanic voters. Donald Trump doing considerably better than he did 4 years ago. How about black voters? Kamala Harris, again, leading here by a significant margin, right? She's getting 83% of that vote, but that is significantly short of Joe Biden's 92%. So the bottom line is, in the Sun Belt, which is much more diverse than the northern battleground states up in the Great Lakes, Kamala Harris is struggling among voters of color.
Yes, what is most shocking to the mainstream media is the fact that Trump is leading in polls. This is something they have never seen. When you go back to Trump competing with Hillary Clinton, we just knew that Hillary Clinton has won without the election being her. Based on the polls that they released, Trump was around 33, Hillary Clinton was right up there. But at the end of the day, we were shocked. So now the mainstream media seeing Trump high here, which is something they have not seen in a while, is one of the reasons they are panicking. Like, this can be a landslide. Trump just announced a few hours ago that he will be putting up a rally 1 month to the elections in that same area they struggled to shoot him. Just imagine you seeing Trump again in that area. It would change a lot of people's mind in Pennsylvania, in that area. When I saw it, I had to applaud the decision. Butler, Pennsylvania is a place where people are in for Trump. Even Democrats are acknowledging it.
Where you go, I will go.
I'm being arrested because Donald Trump has figured billions of dollars from Arizona oil executives, and my future is not for sale.
Okay, I'm going to ask you can vote. You can film us.
God bless the USA.
Trump seems to be pulling ahead in those Sun Belt states. What does this mean for both campaigns?
Yeah, 42 days until Election Day, and former President Donald Trump is getting a boost of support in the Sun Belt. Former President Trump was just in Arizona 1 week ago, and we know Vice President Harris will try to catch up with a visit to Arizona this Friday.